I think for us, we never went in thinking we're going to adopt this child. We are going to minister to the birth family, and whether that is through taking care of their child for a time or loving them for forever in our home, then that's what we will do. And so CPS had come to us and said, we're changing the goal of the case from reunification to adoption by a non-relative. They were in our homes for 961 days for the older two, and Lai'Anna was in our home for 561 days from the day of placement to the day of adoption.
Yeah, she saw you.
I figured she... Meredith and I had both always had the idea that we wanted to adopt as a part of our family story. That led us to wanting to be licensed to be foster parents. And so that started about 4 years ago.
Starting in 2017, we started exploring what foster care looked like, what that meant for our family and that journey. And we both felt this undeniable call to it that we can't even explain, except for that God just laid it on our hearts. We decided to open up our home on August 27th, 2019, and that was the day we received the call for Kiana and Lai'Anna. Lai'Anna came to us on September 2nd, 2020, and she was so small, and she was 6 weeks old at that point, and
She completed our family.
big sister mode immediately. So that was really cool to see that too.
It's a mix of emotion. You're meeting people that are coming to your home and you have no relationship with them, and you don't know what story they're coming in with and what needs they need met, but you just know that you want to love them well and start to get to know them. It's just so hard to fully describe the feelings you have that night, because you go to bed that night and you're just thinking, yesterday there were 2 people in here and now there's 2 little kids sleeping in the room down the hall, and are they sleeping okay or they're not? And you just want to make sure you're meeting their needs.
Calling cause number 222128-467 for the purpose of an adoption. Come on up.
And then 2020 hit and the world shut down. I wasn't traveling anymore. So many people talk about how hard 2020 was, but Meredith and I accredit that year to making us a family, because it allowed us to really hone in on Lai'Anna and Kiana and the needs they had. And we went on family walks every morning and just had family nights where we watched movies and just really got to speak into the hurts and trust issues they had. And that year made us a family. It made me, in a year where I was really having healing from when our last placement left, it allowed my heart to be open to letting them in again.
Mr. Shanks, if you would raise your right hand. Do you, sir, solemnly swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I do.
You may put your hand down. You may proceed, counsel.
Kiana is our family cheerleader. You can never find a child that encourages and lifts people up more than Kiana. Her sister would get an award at school, and she is so proud of her.
Lai'Anna is fiercely loyal. When she loves someone, she loves them fiercely, and they are her people, and that's who she wants to be with. She is definitely someone who likes the finer things. She likes the biggest compliment you can give Lai'Anna is that she's fancy. If she has the choice of shorts or dress, she will always choose dress.
Lai'Anna is our little fireball. I call her my Sour Patch Kid because she's a toddler, and so she's sour and then she's sweet, but she is always wanting to give everyone a hug. She always tells everyone hi. We can't even imagine our lives without her. She makes us all laugh. I can't wait to see how her personality continues to grow.
The number of you that are present, and I'm truthful when I say that I have never, in my 20 years as an attorney, nor my time on the bench, seen such a large gathering of support for a family. The court finds that all of the evaluations have been done as required by law, and that the Department of Family and Protective Services consents to this adoption today. Therefore, the court grants the adoption of these children as requested, and the Shanks are now the parents of these children going forward.
The joy of the Lord is my strength. And I think the joy we found in our relationship with God and in the joy we found in watching these kids grow up in our home has changed so much who we are, and we have a greater understanding of who God is and how He loves us.
And God continued to open doors for us, and we just were willing to walk through them, and that's all we did.